Good morning, everyone. So, we are the group 4, and we're going to talk about leadership and team building. So, first, what is leadership? Leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization or the ability to do this, according to the Oxford Dictionary. And according to Stockdale in 1950, page 3, it is the process of influencing the activities of an organized group in its efforts toward goal setting and goal achievement. And leadership is the art of influencing people to get the necessary support and cooperation in community affairs and to maintain solidarity among people. It is the ability to influence others towards desired goals. It also means doing the right things. So leadership, it is the art of influencing other people. It is necessary to give a support, and then it is a cooperation in a community affair so that they could achieve their desired goals. So, before we begin, which famous leader can you think of? So, these are the world's most admired leaders in 2005. First is Bill Gates, second, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Michael Dell, Richard Branson, John Brown, Carlos Ghosn, Narayana Murthy, Jeffrey Emmett, and Rupert Murdoch. So they are some of the most admired leaders in the world. So what is a leader? What do you mean by a leader? So a leader is one who helps, facilitates communities of people, take risks, and envisions of a better future for his or her group, encourage commitment, and helps people move ahead along a path to accomplish a goal. Leaders are needed to make decisions, to direct community activities, and to speak for the community both in relation to its internal organization and its outside relationships. So we're very familiar of the word leader because anywhere we will go, or in school or outside the school, we can hear the word a leader. So it means it helps, they facilitate in a community, they take risks, they make decisions so that for the good of every people. So leaders are needed to take risks, and because they are the one who decide to people, to their followers, because they are the one to speak for the community. They are the voice to every people. So in leaders, there are general styles. First is the autocratic. The autocratic is a leader, makes decision without reference to anyone. He is a high degree of dependency on the leader, can create the motivation and alienation of staff, may be vulnerable in some times of business where decisions need to be made quickly and decisively. A leader who uses intimidation, authority, and dominance to achieve goals. A leader who doesn't about the emotional needs of his members. So the autocratic leader, a kind of autocratic leader, he is a leader that does decision without the reference to his followers or to his members. He depend on his or herself only, and also he is so very dominative, authoritative leader. So next is what we call laissez-faire. So this kind of leader, he is a leader that responsibilities are shared by all, can be very useful in business where creative ideas are important, can be highly motivational if people have control over their working life, can make coordination and decision making time consuming and lacking overall direction, relies on good teamwork, relies on good interpersonal relations, a leader who gives the task and leave, a leader who gives total freedom to his member. So this laissez-faire, he is a kind of leader that shares the responsibilities to every members. He is a leader who relies to a good teamwork. He connects to his member. He is not a dependent a dependent leader like the autocratic. So next one is what we called the country club. The country club is a values and positive and mutually beneficial relationship bases leadership on a system of rewards and punishments that are contingent upon the performance of the followers. A leader who uses privileges to achieve goals, a leader who is more concerned for relationship than achieving a goal. So this kind of leadership, he is a leader that uses privilege to achieve goals. He is kind of a leader that give a reward to his followers so that they could achieve a certain goal. So that was the three general style of a leader. Now, we're going to talk about servant leadership. So according to Robert Greenleaf, 1970 and 1977 published a set of essays proposing a new type of leadership focused on the follower. That leadership type is servant leadership. Greenleaf's ideas on this new type of leadership did not truly catch on. However, until the mid-1990s, where Larry Spears dissected Greenleaf's ideas. Spears gleaned from Greenleaf's writings 10 proposed characteristics of servant leaders. So si Robert Greenleaf, nag-publish siya og essays nga nag-propose sa new type of leadership nga nag-focus sa follower. But that leadership type is not truly catch on. However, until it comes to the 1990s. So we will know what are the 10 proposed characteristics of a servant leader. So these are the characteristics of a servant leader. First is the one who listens. Communication and decision-making skills of a leader is enhanced by listening to others. It is very important for a leader to be a good listener. So next is the one who can empathize. People need to be accepted and recognized for special and unique spirits. Thus, servant leaders strive to understand and empathize with those they serve. Next is one who heals. Servant leaders are need to recognize that they have an opportunity to help make whole the broken spirits of these when they come contact with. So it is very important it is very important to the leader that he knows or she knows how to be or how to help the other people to heal their broken spirits. So next is one who is aware. So general awareness, particularly self-awareness, is essential. It aids understanding issues, ethics, and values. For being a leader, it is very important that you are aware, particularly in self-awareness, because it is very essential nowadays, because we need to know ourselves. We need to be aware. So next is one who can persuade. Servant leaders are persuasion rather than positional authority in making decisions within organization. Convincing rather than coercing other is the goal. Next is one who can conceptualize. Servant leaders nurture the ability to dream great dreams and are able to think beyond day-to-day realities in problem solving. So another one is one who has foresight. Foresight is a quality rooted in an intuitive mind. Servant leaders understand the lessons of the past, the realities of the present, and likely consequences of decisions for the future. And then the next one is one who can be a steward. Servant leaders hold institutions in trust, the greater glory of society. So it is very important sa leader na maging steward because nagagunit siya og dako kaayo na kanang murag dako na responsibility sa society. Next is one which is committed to the growth of people. Servant leaders nurtures the community, the personal, professional, and spiritual growth of those around them. So, being a leader dapat maging ano ka, maging leader ka, 'di ba? Ikaw ang maging way para mabago ang ubang tao, ma-encourage sila, labi na sa ilahang pag-grow as a person. Dapat ikaw nga leader maka-helps ka sa ilahang pag-grow. Next is one who can build communities. Servant leaders recognize the importance of community, especially large institutions, and strive to help foster community development. So need jud kaayo og leader nga kanang makabuild sa atong communities unity sa atoa. So since Pierce these characteristics in 1995, a host of leadership researches postulated conceptual models of servant leadership. More impetus for discovering and promoting more ethical forms of leadership was given in the aftermath of repeated ethical failures within large brand name within the US in the first decade of 21st century. So, these are the characteristics of a servant leader. As we go on to our topic, we will dig deep about leadership, and that is leadership theories. So, in leadership theories, there are 5 theories that we're going to tackle about.
Good morning, Mom. Good morning, classmates. I am Generosti Prolio, 19 years old, and I am a second reporter. So, we are here a leadership theories. So, sa leadership theories, there are two model. The contingency model by Fred Fiedler and situational model by Hersey and Blanchard. To proceed that, I have some personal information about them. So first is Fred Edward Fiedler. He was born on July 13, 1922 in Vienna, Austria, and he died on June 8, 2017 in Washington State at the age of 94 and was survived by his wife. Fiedler was one of the leading researchers of industrial and organizational psychology in the 20th century. He helped shape psychology and was a leading psychologist. Next is Paul Hersey. Paul Hersey was born on January 26, 1931, and he died on December 18, 2012. He was behavioral scientist and entrepreneur. He was best known for conceiving situational leadership. Next is Kenneth Hartley Blanchard. He was born on May 6, 1939, and Blanchard is an American author, business consultant, and motivational speaker. Fred Edward Fiedler contingency model. So, Fred Fiedler assumes that performance of a group depends upon leadership style and favorable of the situation. Some leadership style work better in certain situations. So, according to him, he assumes that um, a group ang grupo is nagdepende sa usa ka leader o giunsa niya ug unsa iyang style sa pagdala sa usa ka grupo. So mao na siya ang gi-assume ni Fred. So the British face a tough situation. So the task is oriented leader instituted a regime of continuous training, insisted on high levels of physical fitness, and was ruthless in sacking officers he considered would be unfit for command in action. He proved that he proved to be the best British field commander in such unfavorable situation. So the British is she or he did her best to command even is it is an unfavorable situation kay because in World War II daw ang usa ka British naka-face sila og siya or usa ka tough nga situation so giorient sila nga ipadayon gihapon ang usa ka training bisan naa sila sa level of physical fitness, naa sila sa high or what we call this, kumbaga naa sila sa lisod na sitwasyon. So gitry gyapon niya iyang best to prove that kaya niya. So sa contingency model ni Fred na ay unfavorable, and we also have a very favorable situations too. So such as during the times of peace, the armed forces always need a task leader oriented to keep the rank and file battle ready. So Fiedler believed that since a person's natural leadership styles is fixed, and certain leadership styles work better in certain situations, the most effective way to handle a changing situation is to change the leader. So Fiedler's model did not allow for flexibility in leaders. So during the times of peace, ang armed forces is gina-orient sila nga dapat ang ilang armed forces is always ready in order to, if there is something na mahitabo, so ready sila. So sa Fiedler pod, he believed that person's natural leadership style is fixed. So he believed that bisan pa og ang usa ka leader is natural, simple lang ang usa ka sitwasyon is ma-fix siya. So some of leadership styles work better in certain situations. The most effective way to handle a changing situation is to change the leader. So napod siya isa ka way or effective nga a leader to handle a changing situation, lahat na sitwasyon is i-change daw ang leader sa bag-ohon. Kay si Fiedler is hindi niya inalaw yung mga flexibility leaders. So example of flexibility leaders is Steve Jobs. So familiar naman siguro mo niya, no? So ang flexibility leaders is may ability to change the plan. Sila yung mag-change ng mga plano. Labi na sa mga sitwasyon, i-change nila. So, motto siya ang flexibility leaders. So, the importance of Fiedler's contingency model is your leadership style is fixed and you cannot change your style to suit the situation. Instead, you must put leaders into situations that match their style. So, motto important sa contingency model ni Fred. So, next is Hersey-Blanchard situational model. They suggest that leadership style should be matched to the maturity of the subordinates, depending on the subordinates' level of maturity. So, nasuggest sila sa style sa pagka-leader. Dapat there's na ay match to the maturity of the subordinates. Depende po siya sa maturity from highly mature to highly mature. So, ito na. And a leader may adopt any of these styles. First is telling, second selling, and third participating, and the last is delegating. So, directing is aimed at the least mature employee or remember whereby the leader uses only directive words and no supportive behaviors to motivate the employees. So, directing the leader must be use a direct words to motivate the employees. So, para ka nang makasabot dayon sila kay because mogamit man og direct words. So next is coaching, whereby leaders, supervisors use both high directive and high supportive words and behaviors in their interaction with employees. So ang sa pag-coaching pod, ang leader giyus gihapon og high directive and high supportive words para maka-interact with the employees. So next is supporting, whereby leaders, supervisors refrain from directive behaviors and concentrate on supportive behaviors only. These employees work very well on their own, but lack of self-confidence or maybe overwhelmed with a new task. So supporting, mm, concentrate sila or supportive sila in behaviors. They the employees work very well and then but they are lack of confidence or maybe overwhelmed lang din sila sa new nga task. And the last is delegating, whereby leaders, supervisors no longer need to offer directives or supportive words and behaviors. These employees have matured to the place where they are competent and confident in the task and do not need anyone to look over their shoulders. So, kaning delegating is lahi siya sa pamaagi or style. Ang delegating is wala sila ganid og direct or supportive na words or behaviors because ang delegating is matured siya where they are a competent and they are confident. So confident sila nga in the task nga ilang gigamit or something that kaya nila nga di na sila kuanan sa uban. So mga to.
So, it's my turn. I will tackle about the charismatic leadership theory and transactional leadership theory. So, what is charismatic leadership theory? A charismatic leader commands authority not by the virtue of a formal position but by the virtue of charismatic personality. Envisioning, empathy, and empowerment are the three core components of charismatic leadership. The theory states that people would attribute heroic or extraordinary qualities to the charismatic leaders, who had an idealized goal and a strong commitment. Max Weber, a German sociologist, was the first to propose and describe charismatic authority, the precursor to charismatic leadership theory. In his work, The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism, Weber described charismatic leadership as a special personality characteristic that gives a person exceptional powers that result in the person being treated as a leader. House 1976 published the theory of charismatic leadership, within which he described the personal characteristic of this type of leader as being dominant, a strong desire to influence others, being self-confident, and having a strong sense of one's own moral values. North in 2004. Transactional leadership theory. A transactional theories, also known as exchange theories of leadership, are characterized by a transaction made between the leader and the followers. In fact, the theory values a positive and mutually beneficial relationship. This theory leader bases leadership on a system of rewards and punishments that are contingent upon the performance of the followers. Transactional leadership is often used in business, and transactional leaders are task and outcome oriented. For the transactional theories to be effective, and as a result have motivational value, the leader must find a means to align to adequately reward or punish his follower for a performing leader assigned task. In other words, transactional leaders are most efficient when they develop a mutual reinforcing environment for which the individual and the organizational goals are synced. The transactional theorist states that humans in general are seeking to maximize pleasurable experiences and to diminish unpleasurable experiences. Thus, we are more likely to associate ourselves with individuals that add to our strength.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss the Rensis-Likert participative leadership theory. So, who is Rensis-Likert? So, Rensis-Likert was an American psychologist known for developing the Likert scale. He known for Likert's management and linking pain model. Rensis-Likert associated an institution that are based in ideas on his theories of management, organization, psychology. He also wrote many books about management, conflicts, and behavioral research application. He also found the theory of participative management. So, what is participative management? It is used to engage employees in the workplace and ultimately let them enjoy their jobs more. It it is also the style of leadership that involves of member of the team and identify the essential goals, developing developing or a strategy to reach their goals. So, for example, kanang sa participative kanang nagkuan kaning um, webinar. So, kinahanglan og mga participante para or meeting para example meeting o inana magtapok-tapok para mahibaw-an ang ilang goals kung unsa ilahang main goals sa ilahang gihimo nga topic inana. So, mao nay participative management. There are 4 types of management or leadership management or leadership style. First is exploitative authoritative, so by which the leader show little if any concern for his follower or their concern communicate in a dynamic accusatory fashion and makes all decision with consultation with the subordinates. So mo ni sila ang nagakuan lang sa ilahang mga member ga consult ra. So ang ikaduha benevolent authoritative. It's concerned with the employee and reward for quality performance but make all decision alone. So ang benevolent authority is concerned siya sa iyang mga employee tapos na ay pahatag reward inana pero naghimog decision iya ra. Ang ikatulo consultative, so makes genuine effort to listen to the subordinates ideas but decisions are still centralized in the leaders. So, maminaw siya sa mga ideas sa uban, inana. Pero, iyarang gisunod ang iyaharang leader. Ina ang consultative. And the last is participative. Shows great concern for employee, listen carefully to their ideas and include them in the decision-making process. So, ang participative, parihan naging sa mga meeting, mo to example nga, magkuan og meeting, kandak og meeting, para makakuha po sila ideas sa ilang member kung unsa ilang ihatag nga mga idea para madungagan pod ang ilahang kuan idea po nila. So, participative leadership. So, Yuki described a similar participative style but use different label. So, una, autocratic makes all decision alone without concern for or consultation with followers. Sa consultation, leader asks for opinion and ideas from subordinates but makes decision alone. So, iyahara ang autocratic decision niya. Iyaha ang decision pero na siya concern sa uban mga kuan niya followers. Ang consultative nag-ask og opinion, nag-ask siya opinion but iyahara gihapon ang decision masunod. Joint decision. Leader asks for ideas from subordinate and include them in the making the decision. Joint decision, inyo tanan idea. Diha, gi-join tanan idea ninyo. Mauna ang joint decision. Nga na gani. Delegation. Manager, supervisor give a group or individual the authority to make decision. So, tagaan mo og inyo individual, tagaan mo og inyo hagyong kaugalingon nga kuan. Individual ninyo nga decision. Mauni ang kuan sa participative leadership. So,
This time we're going to talk about teamwork. What does it mean and how teamwork works?
Good day, classmate. My name is Kinchan Labto. So, ang i-report ko po ngayon is teamwork. Teamwork is done by several with each doing part but all the subordinating personal prominence to the efficient of the whole group team to achieve the common goal. So, kung yung tag teamwork, ang common goal yun sa kada isa sa isa ka grupo ang pagkadaog or kadaogan sa ato ang grupo. So, example lang na ako no nga usa ko ka volleyball player sa ako ang high school life or sa ako ang high school day usa ko ka varsity volleyball player. So, i-example lang ako ang team. So, ang kuan, ang amo ang team gusto og kadaugan. Pero kay tungod sa na teamwork, dira ami makakuha og kadaugan o kuan successful ang among kadadula. Kay tungod kay na teamwork. Kay kung wala mo ang teamwork, isa na sa makadaot sa team. Na may tabo nga lalis, away. Kay tungod kay walay teamwork, walay communication. Kay kung walay teamwork, walay communication nga mahitabo kada usa nato. So mao nang need nato ang teamwork. So ang teamwork importante gayud sa kada group or team. Kay ang teamwork mao gyud na ang gadala sa grupo. So naatay 12 characteristic of an effective team work. So number 1 mao ang ginatawag nga clear purpose. So kung kana atong ang kuan ang kana siya mo na siya ginatawag nga need nato na sa kada team kay i-clear dapat nato sa ato ang team nga makakuha tag kadaugan kay kung kuan man god kung wala tay ginatawag nga i-propose sa ato ang team nga para sa example i-propose nimo sa imong team nga mapildi ta. So na chance nga mapapildi na lang pod mo kay mao may imong gikuan sa ilaha. So kung mo yung taga dapat madaog ato ang team kay mao na ang ato ang goal kay para successful ta ug maabot ta sa next level. So ikaduha ang informality. Informality is dapat kamo nga nasa isa ka team, dapat formal mo tanan nga formal mo nga mo respeto mo sa inyong kauban, tapos inyong ikuan dili niyo daoton inyong isig kakauban kay tungod ana mawala inyong communication o mag-away mo. Katulo is participation. Participation is need ninyo gid na siya kay usa pa kung tuod example open communication. So diyan naman po ang mini-main po diyan dapat maging open tayo sa kada isa sa communication natin na maging kung pwede tayo ganon, pag pwede tayo maging open up sa kanila kung anong dapat hindi dapat gawin sa team, ano yung pwede gawin natin sa team para magkakaroon ng communication sa kada isa, or gawin natin yung mga suggestion is tatanggapin natin. So next tayo, clear rules and work. So dyan po, isa po sa minimin dyan, dapat kada rules sa isang laro dapat i-apply natin para maging successful ang ating laro. At saka kung ano yung role sa grupo, gagawin din natin para hindi magiba yung team or mawala yung communication. So dapat maging clear lahat ng rules at ano ang gagawin sa ating mga roles. So next, share the leadership assignment. So dyan po sa share the leadership assignment. So kung saan ka po naka-assign. So example, isa kang team captain. Kung ikaw po yung team captain ng inyong grupo, so i-share mo or tatanggapin mo yung mga suggestion nila at saka isasabi mo sa grupo mo para kung maging okay sa kanila, so maging okay yung kinalabasan. Tapos hindi dapat na porket ikaw yung team captain, dapat ikaw yung masusunod. So tatanggapin mo yung mga suggestion din ng mga kasama mo para maging okay at hindi magkaroon ng discommunication. So next tayo, external relation. External relation is isa sa ginamindra is pagkakaroon ng isang mabuting relation sa imuhang ka-team. Tapos sunod is ang spend og time sa imong kada team para pagkakaroon ng pag-build or pag-tight sa inyong relation sa inyong kada usa sa inyong team para maging successful o mabuo ang ginatawag nga teamwork. Next is style of diversity. So dira ang ginamain dira is kung asa ka or unsay assignment or assign sa imuha nga position aron imong buhaton sa inyong team para maging successful ang inyong team or mahimong maayo ang kinalabasan sa kada event ninyo. Then next is self-assignment. Isa sa ginakuan dira ang ginamain dira is pagkakaroon ng mabuting communication or mabuting relasyon sa inyong mga kasama na kung saan isa sa inyong assignment ay maging mabuti sa kada isa or mahimong ang kinalabasan sa inyong kuan naka-assign sa inyo is mahimong kinalabasan is maging successful o kadaugan sa inyong team. Mao na ang ginamain dira sa characteristic of effective teamwork sa inyong team. So that's all. So next reporter na po, ma'am.
In teamwork, to be an effective team, we need to have cooperation and cohesiveness. Why? Why we needed one? Because for us to be able to achieve our goals, so that was the main reason why we need to have teamwork. We need to cooperate and to have cohesiveness as a team. So what is cooperation means? It is the individuals are said to be cooperating when their efforts are systematically integrated to achieve a collective objective. Cooperation can be encountered by reward system that reinforces teamwork along with individual achievement. Cooperation can be encouraged by literally tearing down walls or not building them in the first place. Leaders need to restrict the size of work teams if they desire to facilitate cooperation. So cooperation comes from the word cooperate. So everyone in a team cooperates to achieve a certain goals. They put their efforts in that team and they have reward, and then everything in their team, everything they plan, uh everything they work on, they paid off. So that was the cooperation. It is the efforts that you put to achieve a collective objective. So an effective teamwork, we should have trust to each other. We have trust, we have trust to each of the player of our teams. So trust is defined as reciprocal faith in others' intentions and behaviors. Trust involves a cognitive leap beyond the expectations that reason and experience alone would warrant. So how to build trust? Trust is, it should earn ba? Because it's hard to build a good trust to people. So how to build trust? First, communication. To have a trust, to give trust to other people, you need to have a good communication. It keeps your team members informed by explaining policies and decisions and providing accurate feedbacks. Be candid about one's own problem. Next, support. Be available and approachable. Provide help, advice, coaching, and support the team. Next is respect. It is very important because without respect, you can't trust the person. It is the form of real decision-making authority. It is the most important expression of managerial respect. Actively listening to the ideas of others is close second. So respect is very important for building your trust rather. And next is fairness. It is be quick to give credit and recognition to those who deserve it. Make sure all performance appraisals and evaluations are objective and impartial. So we should be fair in giving recognition and credits, especially to those who deserve it. Next is predictability. It is for being a consistent and predictable in your daily affairs. Keep both expressed and implied promises. And then the last one is the competence. It enhances your credibility by demonstrating good leadership sense, technical ability, and professionalism. So those are the things you need to do to build your trust to your team. And then cohesiveness. What do you mean by cohesiveness? Cohesiveness is a process whereby a sense of oneness emerges to transcend individual difference and motives. Members of a cohesive group stick together and are reluctant to leave the group because of the following reasons. First, they enjoy each other's company. They need each other to accomplish a goal. So cohesiveness, it is, diba, an effective na way to have a teamwork to achieve a goal. So cohesiveness, when we say cohesiveness, it is when you enjoy your company and when you need each other to accomplish a goal.
Team building for youth organization. What is youth organization? It's a collection of teams composed of young people. The success of a youth organization depends on the ability of the team within it work together to attain a commonly held objectives. Because organizations are becoming more complex, team leaders must be concerned with developing more cohesive and cooperative relations between members and the teams. The development of effective teams within the organization will determine into a large extent the ability of the youth organization is attain its goals. So, youth organization daw ay nangangahulugang isang single at multi-level organization na nagsasagawa ng mga programa at aktibidad lalo na para sa mga kalahok na wala pang 19 na taong gulang, pinamamahalaan lalo ng mga kabataan. So, factors contributing to team development effectiveness. The development of a team is based on the assumption that any team can work more effectively if its members are familiar with the 4 factors that contribute to the team development and effectiveness. So, these are the 4 factors. First, shared goals and objectives. Shared goals and objectives. The team must state its goals and objective. The goal must express a general understanding of the role of the team in the total organization. Means, dapat mag-sharing mo sa inyong mga knowledge or tumong or main cause or main intention sa inyong goal para masabtan sa inyong team or sa inyong organization. The second is utilization of resource. The team must use effectively or resource at its disposal. This means establishing an environment that allows individual resources to be used. Maximizing the use of team members requires full participation and self-regulation. So, sa number 2, as a team, diri gina-measure kung unsa ta ka-epektibo o mahimong productive sa plan nga ginabuhat as a team. Kung unsa gyud ang atong matabang to create more sources sa atong mga goals. 3. Trust and conflict resolution. The ability to openly recognize conflict and seek to resolve it through discussion is critical to the team's success. So, as a team, importante gyud ang trust because trust is a key element of successful conflict resolution. Kay dirian nato gina-enhance ang atong cooperation, information sharing, and problem solving. The lastly is shared leadership. Individuals will not function as a team if they are brought together simply to rubber stamp decision made by teams, formed leader or others not in the team. The development and cohesion of a team occur only if there is feeling of shared leaderships among all the team members. So, as a leadership sharing, diri ginatagaan og chance or opportunity ang bawat member sa team to take the leadership position in their area. So, diri tagaan og decision making ang tanan nga dili nita kinahanglan nga naapay mutan-aw or musugo sa ato. We should lead each other. Team relationship and management. A team is a number of persons associated together in work or activity. In their relationship, in an organization or movement, people have various expectations of each other. These expectations sometimes are not stated, sometimes they are merely implied. In a flurry of activity, an organization may have long but friction often begins to build up between people. Oftentimes, it is because people have different expectation of others and themselves in doing a particular task. The management of the organization depends on proper coordination. Coordinations enable people to reach their own goals, transform their situation, and take their destiny into their own hands. Sa team relationship and management, diri ginapakita kung unsa gyud ang bawat team, kung unsa gyud ang dagan sa ilahang relationship sa kada team, dire pod ginapakita kung giunsa pag-handle o giunsa pag-manage ang bawat team.
Good morning, Ma'am. Good morning, classmates. I am Gina D. Morgades, and I will be the last reporter in Group 2. So this is my report in NSTP. So my topic is all about Dream Team Leader. So Dream Team Leader provides the support needed for success. So as a team leader, you need to provide to support your member to have our success. So there are some steps in dictators. So first is hoard and monopolize decisions. Second is make decisions alone or restricted them to an elite group. The third one is view truth and wisdom as their domains since they are the leaders. The fourth is surprise their workers with edicts for above. The fifth is guard their own interests. The sixth is take things for themselves. So facilitators needs to be push decisions down the line. The second one is involve others as much as possible in key decisions and give people space to make those decisions. So let those responsible decides how the jobs will done. The fifth is serve everyone's interest by developing people. So the last one in facilitators is give to the organizations. So there are how common team problems. So in common team problems, any social organization has its own problems. So it means that if you have a team problems, you need to socialize an organization to your members. So there are some symptoms of common team problems. The first is backbiting and complaining. The second one is presence of a spy of the owner. The third one is two collisions. And the fourth is personal stress. The fifth one is combative behavior, infinite details, amount of time to make decisions. And the last one is shifting and changing of decisions. So that would be all. Thank you for watching my videos.
There are 17 well-being secrets. First, purpose. The team member have common understanding of this purpose. So, naday leader nga ikon ka kung unsay purpose nimo sa imong team inana. So, may purpose. And second, rule. The members seek to enact the optimal rule for the moment with the understanding that is rule many change over time. So, utro-utro ang rules sinana sa atong grupo. So, dapat kabaluta kung unsagi atong rule sa grupo nato. Strategy. The member understand the team's strategy and will use it to guide day-to-day activities. So, na may activity day-to-day, so dapat na strategy nga mahimo sa kada grupo. So, process. The member are aware of operational and used to produce result. So, na ay process na kung sa result dapat i-process muna ba para mahibawan ang result. And then people has a member who have the required expertise and knowledge to implement the team's strategy and achieve its purpose. So, itang people kabalo na to sa purpose, sa atong rules, sa strategy, sa process. So, kita mo ay mag-implement sa atong team kung unsay atong himuon ana. And then feedback. This feedback is used to improve the quality of work of the team. So, mukuan po ta mo cooperate para matagaan po nato sa feedback kung say kulang sa ato ang atong himong activities o nana. And last is interface. Intentionally manage its critical relationship with international external people or environment in order to build needed relationship and enhance existing ones. And interface, so kabaluta mo magkihalubilo na para makabuild po tag new friends na ba makakantag mga bagong kung sa ato ang palibot or sa atong mga kaubanan makabuild ta og friendships. So para ta